We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
What is a rumor?
It starts as a story. Maybe it's true, maybe not. But once you repeat it, it's hard to defeat it. Now look at the mess that you've got.
Hello! The rumor mill is spilling over like crazy, and the FGC is a completely cliffhanger for this leak that showed up on the socials a few hours ago. Yes, I'm your boy Geek Ghost Top on the microphone. Alright, so the internet is basically on fire right now because of a massive and honestly kind of unbelievable Street Fighter 6 Season 4 leak. And y'all know that on this channel, your boy rarely does leaks, as false as Sasquatch could be. But the characters on this leak list seemed too good to pass up. Tifa, Vega, Gouken, and Haggar. Could this be the sickest DLC season in Street Fighter history? Or is it just too good to be true? Today, we're gonna break down the evidence and try to figure out if this is a fan's dream come true or just a total fake. Ladies and gentlemen, and all those who want to find out if this is as good to be as falsified, let's dive in. So, where did this all even start? This whole thing seems to have kicked off on forums like Reddit and GameFAQs. The story goes that a user named rank_clan, who supposedly had the inside scoop on the Season 2 roster, is the one who dropped the Season 4 list. Apparently, the original posts got deleted, but the info has been screenshotted and spread like wildfire. And once the poison well of leaks has been poisoned, there's no cleansing back the poison well. Some people are even saying the leak first appeared way back in January. This was even backed up by another poster on Reset Era, who said the Tifa part of the leak matched up with stuff they'd heard from a different source. But, and this is a huge but, we have to be super clear, Capcom has said absolutely nothing. This is not official. And unlike past leaks that came from heavy data mining, this one is pretty much all hearsay. So, for now, we're taking this with a giant grain of salt. Let's start with the one that's making everyone lose their minds. Tifa Lockhart. Getting the iconic martial artist from Final Fantasy VII as a guest character in Street Fighter 6 would be absolutely huge. Tekken fans have been begging to get her in their game for years. So if Capcom managed to land her in Street Fighter, it would be a major power play. And hey, there's a precedent for big guest characters. We all saw how much hype SNK's Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranu brought, and Tifa is a whole other level of popular. But would she even fit? The answer is a huge yes. Tifa is a pure hand-to-hand fighter. She was trained in the Zangan Ryu style, using her fists and feet for some seriously destructive combo-heavy attacks. Her style is basically a perfect match for a 2D fighter. She even has some fighting game experience, appearing as a guest character in the PlayStation game Agaritz, God Bless the Ring, back in 1998. In that game, she was a fast, aggressive character who focused on multi-hit combos, which sounds like she was practically made for Street Fighter 6's offense-heavy drive system. Just imagine her unbridled strength from the FF7 remake working as an install, or her limit breaks becoming insane level 3 supers. She's a rushdown character through and through, and you can easily picture her having unique resources she builds up. Kinda like Manon or Jury. The potential is off the charts, and the hype would be astronomical. Next up, we've got a character that people have been demanding since day one. Vega, the clawed Spanish ninja from Shadowloo, is a series icon, and his absence has definitely been felt. Honestly, Vega showing up wouldn't even be that big of a surprise. A lot of people think he's long overdue. His return is even teased in the Street Fighter 6 own story mode, where it's said he's just waiting on a call from Bison to put the claws back on. Gameplay-wise, Vega would bring a style we don't really have yet. We have rushdown and grapplers, but we don't have a true, elegant hit-and-run character with crazy mobility like his wall dives. His whole game plan is about controlling space with that long-range claw, then using his speed to create frustrating mix-ups. Seeing his classic moves like the Barcelona attack and Flying Izuna drop get worked into the drive system would be wild. A drive rush into a slide or a claw poke could create all new combo routes, and his flashy wall dives would look amazing with the game's art style. Then we have a bit more of a deep cut, but a welcome one. Gouken. Last playable in Street Fighter 4, Gouken is the master of Ryu and Ken and Ryu's adoptive father. When we last saw him, it was revealed he wasn't actually killed by his brother Akuma, but was just knocked out for a long, long time. Bringing him back would create some awesome story potential, especially now that Ryu has finally gotten control over the Satsui no Hado. The reunion would be a huge moment for the lore. And from a gameplay standpoint, Gouken was a great addition in SF4. Yeah, it was a Shoto, but a really unique one. He didn't have a normal fireball. He had the Gohadoken, which he could charge and aim. He had a dive kick, parries with his Gonkoshin, and the Denjin Hadoken Super. He's a more defensive, thoughtful version of the Shoto archetype who's all about controlling space and punishing mistakes. Bringing him into Street Fighter 6 would give us a playstyle that feels both familiar and fresh. And finally, we have the man, the myth, the mayor himself, Mike Haggar. The pipe-swinging, mustachioed wrestler from Final Fight might just be one of the most requested characters ever, even though a ton of other Final Fight characters like Cody, Guy, and Poison have made the jump. Haggar has never been playable in a main Street Fighter game. Getting him would be pure, 100% fan service in the best way possible. The community has been asking for more grapplers, and Haggar is the ultimate brawler. While he's a big wrestler like Zangief, his time in the Marvel vs. Capcom series proved he can be a totally different kind of character. His moves are all about brute force and street brawling. Imagine using his spinning clothesline to blow through fireballs, or grabbing someone and smacking them with his lead pipe as a special move. He's a different breed of grappler than Zangief or Manon. Less about one single big pile driver, and more about a relentless, in-your-face style that chains both grabs and strikes. And now that he's past the mayorship of Metro City to Cody, he's free to do whatever he wants. It's the perfect time for him to finally get in the ring. So, this is the million-dollar question. Is this roster a dream come true, or is it just completely made up? Let's put on our detective hats. The case for this being a total fake is pretty strong. First off, the source is shaky. It's a random claim from a Reddit user, and even if they were right once before, that's not the same as a solid data mine. that leads to the biggest red flag. The roster seems too perfect. It literally reads like a fan's ultimate wish list. You've got the most requested grappler, a veteran everyone wants back, a deep-cut lore character, and one of the biggest guest characters you could imagine. It checks every single box. You know how they say if it seems too good to be true, it probably is? Yeah, that. Plus, an all-male season, guest character aside, would be a new look for SF6's DLC and might raise a few eyebrows in the community. However, the argument for this being a dream come true has some legs too. The main source, rank_clan, supposedly has a track record, which is what gives this rumor any weight. And let's be real, Street Fighter 6 has delivered some big surprises. No one saw Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui coming back for another Capcom comeback. And that proves Capcom is willing to make deals for huge guest characters. So, a Tifa crossover, while ambitious, isn't totally impossible. The rest of the roster also kind of fits the DLC formula the community talks about. Vega is the returning vet, Haggar is the fan-favorite archetype, and Gouken is the legacy character who adds to the lore. It follows a pattern. Plus, Capcom has been very vocal about its commitment to long-term support for the game, so you know ambitious seasons are in the works. It's a long shot, but a plausible one. As you can imagine, the community is completely split. You've got people losing their minds over Tifa possibly joining the game, whilst others are calling it fake, saying it's just designed to get clicks. A roster like this would be absolutely insane and a huge statement from Capcom about the future of Street Fighter 6. But what do you all think? Is this the real deal? Or is this just the best looking fake we've ever seen? Drop your verdict in the comments below. Which of these 4 characters are you most hyped for? So, real or fake? This rumor has definitely given us a ton to talk about. It sparked debates, fueled some wild speculation, and reminded us all just how passionate this community is. A roster with Tifa, Vega, Gouken, and Haggar would be legendary for the franchise. For now, all we can do is wait for an official word from Capcom. But one thing's for sure, the hype for Season 4, whatever it ends up being, just got cranked to 11. Hey, if you want to stay on top of all of the Street Fighter news and see if this crazy rumor actually pans out, be sure to like and subscribe. So, that's it for another rumor, and a massive rumor indeed, and for your boy to stay on top of all of this for y'all. So, thank you so much for watching, hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games. Thanks for watching, away!